Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Monday, March 27, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Florida Panthers vs Ottawa Senators. The Panthers have lost 3 straight games, but they've won 2 of their last 3 road games. They are playing well offensively, scoring 12 goals in their last 3 road games. They have played well on special teams, converting over 22% of their power play opportunities. The Senators have played well on special teams, but they've struggled defensively in recent games, giving up 9 goals in their last 3 games, and will have a hard time slowing down the Panthers in this game. The Senators have lost 7 of their last 9 games and 2 of their last 3 home games. They are playing well offensively, scoring 11 goals in their last 3 games. They have played well on special teams, converting over 23% of their power play opportunities. With the exception of their last game, the Panthers played well defensively in recent road games and won't have trouble keeping Ottawa's offense in check. Go with Florida to cover the money line. Ottawa has totaled 6 goals in their last 2 games between them and their opponents, and I believe they will not do enough on offense to total 7 goals with Florida. The over is a trendy pick considering the offense that Florida provides, but they are bound to cool off eventually after scoring 8 goals in their last 2 games. They only averaged 2.5 goals in their games against the Rangers and Maple Leafs, so it is possible that Florida wins in a 4-2 contest. Florida has also held New Jersey and Detroit to only 2 goals each recently, and I have confidence that this will be the game Florida's defense does better than usual. Take the under 7 goals. Montreal Canadiens vs Buffalo Sabres. The Canadiens are looking to pull off the upset, but the Sabres look to make a late-season push for the playoffs and should control this game from the opening puck drop. The Sabres, who average 3.57 goals per game, should pile on the goals against the Canadiens, who allow 3.67 goals per game, with Tage Thompson, Alex Tuch, and the rest of the forward unit carrying the puck into the offensive zone and creating open shots with quick passes near the net. The Sabres should limit a Canadiens offense that averages only 2.84 goals per game, with Rasmus Dahlin, Owen Power, and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen to make plenty of big saves. The Sabres should win the game and cover the spread in a dominant win on their home ice to win their 3rd game in a row. Our team pick is Sabres minus 1.5 goals. When you look up and down these 2 rosters, it's the offensive flair and firepower that stands out the most, and without consistently elite goaltending in either net, it makes sense that this one should be full of good chances. For the Canadiens, the over is 8-3 in their past 11 overall games, and for the Sabres, the over is 9-2 in their past 11 games played at home, and with names like Nick Suzuki and Tage Thompson leading the way, offense will always win out when these 2 go to war. Keep it simple, take the over. New Jersey Devils vs Islanders. This is going to be a great game between 2 of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. The Islanders look to win on their home ice, but the Devils look to build off a recent win and control this game. The Devils, who average 3.48 goals per game, should constantly find the back of the net with Jack Hughes, Jesper Bratt, and the rest of the forward unit carrying the puck into the offensive zone and creating open shots with quick puck movement. The Devils, who allow only 2.70 goals per game, should limit the Islanders' offense, which averages only 2.96 goals per game, with Dougie Hamilton, Ryan Graves, and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Vitek Vanecek to make plenty of big saves. The Devils should win the game with a strong performance on the road. Take the Devils' money line as home favorites. This should be a great defensive battle tonight with 2 fantastic defensive units and 2 very good goaltenders going at it. Both teams have trended under with the under in Islanders games, going 37-33-4 and the under in Devils games, going 6-4 in their last 10 games. Both of these teams are tied in allowing just the 5th fewest goals in the NHL. The Devils have given up just the 2nd fewest expected goals and the 4th fewest high danger shots in the league. Additionally, the Islanders' offense has really struggled, scoring just the 11th fewest goals in the NHL and generating the 15th fewest expected goals in the league. Take the under. Seattle Kraken vs Minnesota Wild. It is really difficult to call this series correctly. Minnesota has won 3 of the previous 5 historical meetings between the two sides, yet both have exchanged a road shutout each in their prior 2 encounters this season. Having said that, the Wild most definitely are the better team here. And while both have enough motivation to bank a win on Monday, Seattle is just 3 points off the Edmonton Oilers for the 3rd place in the Pacific Division. Minnesota just overtook the Dallas Stars by a single point for the top spot in Central, due back the hosts. The Wild have registered just a single regulation defeat in their last 19 fixtures, 14-1-4, and have already notched 9 victories in their most recent 11 contests versus opponents from the Western Division. The Kraken, meanwhile, have triumphed in just 3 of their last 8 overall games, managing to snatch a win in just 23 of their previous 70 assignments against teams with a winning record. Our team pick is Minnesota Wild. Both previous games between these teams easily hit the under, with 4 total goals in the first matchup and just 1 in the second, both shutouts. I expect this game to stay under as well. The Wild have trended under this season with the under in their games going 39-34 in their games this year. Minnesota's defense has been elite, allowing just the 3rd fewest goals in the NHL, having given up the 12th fewest expected goals and the 8th fewest high-danger shots in the league. They should shut down a Seattle offense that's generated the 10th fewest expected goals and the 5th fewest high-danger shots in the league. The Wild offense hasn't been great either, scoring only the 9th fewest goals in the NHL, so this game should stay under the total. Take the under 6 goals. Colorado Avalanche vs Anaheim Ducks. The Avalanche are having a great season, and I see them overwhelming an awful Ducks team on both ends of the ice. The Avalanche, who average 3.25 goals per game, should find the back of the net at will against the Ducks, who allow 4.03 goals per game, with Nathan MacKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, and the rest of the forward unit controlling the puck in the offensive zone and creating open shots with effective puck movement. The Avalanche should limit the Ducks' offense, which averages only 2.55 goals per game, with Calemaker Devon Toews and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, while goaltender Jonas Johansson makes plenty of big saves. The Avalanche should win the game and cover the spread in a dominant win on the road. Our team pick is Avalanche minus 1.5 goals. The Avalanche are having a great season with their offense stepping up and scoring 3.25 goals per game. Nathan MacKinnon and Mikko Rantanen have scored 78 goals and 100 assists to lead the top line, but the entire offense has stepped up. JT Compher, Valeri Nichushkin, and Evan Rodrigues have combined for 44 goals and 78 assists, while defensemen Calemaker and Devon Toews have added 23 goals and 79 assists from the point to open up the offense. The Ducks are having a season to forget with their offense struggling and scoring only 2.55 goals per game, with only 7 goals in the last 4 games. Trevor Zegras and Troy Terry have scored 43 goals and 72 assists to lead the top line, but the rest of the offense has struggled. Only 5 active skaters have 11 goals or more, and opposing defenses can eliminate the hapless offense as a result. The offense has struggled, but the defense has also let the Ducks down, allowing 4.03 goals per game, including 16 goals in the last 4 games. Cam Fowler and Kevin Shattenkirk have combined for 4.5 defensive point shares, but the rest of the unit has struggled, allowing opponents to find open shots on the net at will. In addition, goaltender John Gibson has struggled with a .900 save percentage and a 3.93 goals against average on 1868 shots, with -6.9 goals saved above average. Our total pick is over.